Africa is the most diverse continent on Earth when it comes to tribes, languages, and nations. From the deserts of the north to the forests of the west and the savannas of the south, thousands of cultures exist across this vast land. Yet despite this diversity, Africa remains one of the least studied continents when it comes to the true origins of its people. But there is one reality we cannot ignore when studying the continent. Though Africa is diverse, many of its nations share ancient roots that stretch deep into the past. Among the regions that hold some of the richest yet often overlooked histories is West Africa. To be honest, West Africans are among the most historically influential peoples on the continent. For centuries they built powerful kingdoms that shaped trade, culture, and political power across Africa and beyond. And when speaking about West Africa, one empire inevitably rises above the rest: the Empire of Mali. The Mali Empire emerged around 1226 AD, founded by the legendary ruler Sundiata Keita, who lived between 1214 and 1255. From humble beginnings as a small Mandinka kingdom along the upper Niger River in the Manding region, Mali would grow into one of the greatest empires the African continent had ever seen. After the death of Sundiata Keita, the rulers of Mali carried the title Mansa, meaning emperor. Among them, none became more famous than Mansa Musa. When Mansa Musa took the throne around 1312, Mali was already powerful. But under his leadership, it became legendary. Between 1324 and 1326, he undertook a famous pilgrimage to Mecca. His caravan was so vast and his generosity so immense that the gold he distributed caused economic inflation in Egypt. To this day, historians often describe him as one of the wealthiest individuals in human history. At its peak, the Mali Empire became the largest empire in West Africa, influencing language, law, culture, and trade throughout the region. But Mali did not emerge in isolation. Before Mali rose to power, another empire had already shaped the political landscape of West Africa: the Sasso Empire. The Sasso people were once connected to the Ghana Empire, serving within its royal system. Historical traditions describe them as part of the Kusa lineages, who gradually rose through the royal bureaucracy, the military, and provincial leadership. Among them rose a powerful figure known as Samaro, who became one of the most feared rulers of the Sasso kingdom. Yet even the Sasso were heirs to something far older. Before both Mali and Sasso stood one of the earliest great empires of the Sahel: the Ghana Empire. This ancient empire flourished in the region of modern southeastern Mauritania and western Mali. Known in oral traditions as Wagadu, the Soninke name for the kingdom, often interpreted as the land of great herds. According to Soninke traditions, the legendary ancestor of their people was a man named Dinga, who was said to have come from the east, before settling across the lands of western Sudan. Stories like these remind us of something important. When we study the tribes and nations of Africa, their names, traditions, and migrations often point us toward ancient civilizations far beyond their present locations. And this pattern can also be seen among the tribes of West Africa. One fascinating example is the Dogon people of Mali. The Dogon are famous for their cliffside settlements along the Bandiagara escarpment, and for preserving ancient traditions, sacred masks, and complex spiritual beliefs. But what truly fascinates many researchers is their cosmology. Dogon traditions speak of mysterious ancestral beings, known as the Namo, amphibious, fish-like spirits said to have descended from the heavens in a fiery vessel to bring knowledge to humanity. They were known as masters of the water, bringing civilization, agriculture, and knowledge of the stars. Interestingly, the name Dogon bears a striking similarity to Dagon, the fish god worshipped in ancient Canaan and parts of the Near East. Dagon was revered in ancient cities such as Mari, in what is today Syria. And when we look carefully, another interesting comparison appears, the resemblance between Mari and Mali. But the Dogon are not the only West African people whose history raises fascinating questions about ancient connections. Consider the Yoruba. The Yoruba are one of the largest ethnic groups in Africa today, numbering more than 40 to 50 million people across Nigeria, Benin, and Togo. They built remarkable civilizations, including the sacred city of Ife and the powerful Oyo Empire, producing extraordinary art, urban centers, and enduring cultural traditions. Within Yoruba history lies another intriguing kingdom, Ijebu. Around 800 to 1000 AD, the people of Ijebu constructed massive earthworks known as Sungbo-Zerido, one of the largest ancient man-made earthworks on Earth. When historians examine names like Ijebu, some notice similarities to ancient tribes known from older civilizations, such as the Jebusites. Whether these similarities represent migrations, preserved memories, or parallel developments, they encourage deeper investigation into the ancient past. And when we step back and look at the broader picture, the story becomes even more intriguing. These examples we have explored are only a small glimpse into a much larger historical puzzle. They represent just a few of the many clues that suggest the West African nations may have formed part of ancient peoples who migrated into Africa after the fall and displacement of earlier civilizations. When we examine the names of tribes, the traditions they preserved, and the histories passed down through generations, we begin to see patterns that point toward ancient connections. Connections that link the West African nations with the ancient people known in history as the Canaanites. These examples are only the smallest portion of evidence suggesting that some West African nations may trace part of their distant origins to those ancient migrations. If this is the case, then the nations of West Africa are not isolated fragments of history. They are part of a much larger family of peoples, brothers who share a deeper ancestral heritage. In many historical traditions, these lineages are remembered through the descendants of Ham, from Mizraim, whose legacy is associated with the lands of the north, to Cush, whose name echoes through the civilizations of the east, to Phut, whose descendants spread across parts of the African world. And now, through the traditions and historical clues preserved in West Africa, we may also be witnessing the historical traces of Canaan, another brother in that ancient lineage. Historical facts increasingly show that Africa may hold the descendants of these ancient families, from north to west to east and to the south. And when one looks closely at the names of ancient kingdoms, the clues sometimes appear hidden within language itself. Even the name Ghana has been compared by some researchers to ancient names such as Kana or Canaan, pointing toward possible ancestral memories preserved over centuries. This is exactly the kind of historical connection that Mlandematics seeks to explore. Through careful research into oral traditions, historical records, languages, and cultural patterns, we continue to trace the ancient identities of African nations. In previous explorations, we identified connections associated with Mizraim, Kush, and Puti. And now, through the story of West Africa, we begin to explore the possibility of identifying Canaan, another brother in that ancient lineage. 4 brothers, 4 ancient families, and a continent whose history may preserve their descendants to this very day. Africa, therefore, is not merely a land of scattered tribes. It is a continent of deep ancestral memory, where the echoes of ancient nations may still live through the people of today.